Thanks for joining us at noon. I'm Sam Shocker, and the opening arguments have been given in the trial of a former Mountain View Town Council member. Brent Metz is accused of shooting a teenage boy in the face who admitted was on Metz's Jefferson County property. 9 News reporter Kevin Vaughn was in the courtroom for those first arguments.
The trial of former Mountain View Town Council member Brent Metz got underway shortly before 9 o'clock this morning with opening statements. Opening statements where prosecutors and defense attorneys told the jury very different tales about what happened on September 10th, 2024 in the Ken Carroll Valley. The two sides agreed on a number of points. They agreed the boys were driving around innocently looking for a place to take homecoming pictures, that they saw Metz's property, which had a pond on it, and thought that looked like a great place to take those photos, that they parked outside the gate, went through the gate and onto the property, where they knocked on the door of the home and went to a barn where they heard music, looking for somebody to ask permission. Both sides acknowledged that the boys were trespassing, but that they were not committing any sort of serious crime. Where the stories diverge is what happened next. Metz arrived and parked his truck next to the Audi the boys had been driving. The two boys were sitting in the car. According to prosecutors, he got out, pulled his pistol, and fired a shot through the windshield, hitting the 17-year-old in the face. Defense attorneys contend that Metz was getting out of his truck, moving his gun from the holster in his truck to the holster on his waist, when he lost his balance and the gun fired without him pulling the trigger, and that it was just a chance shot that went through the windshield and hit the boy. That model of gun, they argued, has a propensity for going off even when nobody intends to shoot. The first witness called by the prosecution today was the then 15-year-old companion of the boy who got shot. He spent time on the witness stand this morning. We're also expecting to hear from the 17-year-old victim in this case in a trial that's expected to last 3 days. Reporting in Jefferson County, Kevin Vaughn, 9 News.
Kevin, thank you. Colorado State Patrol is looking for details in a hit-and-run crash that seriously hurt a bicyclist near Boulder earlier this month. Troopers say a 75-year-old man riding a bike was hit along Highway 36 near Nelson Road at around 11 a.m. on May 11th. Officials say he suffered serious injuries but haven't provided an update. Investigators are looking for this light gray Ford Bronco. The Bronco may have damage above the front passenger side wheel well and may have had a flat front tire after the crash. Anyone with information is asked to contact CSP. The area is back open now, but an overturned tanker temporarily shut down I-70 between Highway 6 and Lookout Mountain this morning. It also leaked fuel onto the road. Officials say the semi was westbound near C-470 around 2 a.m. when it went off the right side of the road and then rolled over. The 27-year-old driver was not hurt, thankfully, and a hazmat unit was called to clean up the leak. And a crash of 2 semi-trucks also shut down I-25 early this morning. One rear-ended the other at around 1 a.m. near Frederick. The semi that was hit was stopped in the right lane for an unknown reason. One of the drivers was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. The highway reopened at around 6 a.m. Taking a live look now over Denver. It looks ominous out there, where we might start to see some storms as we move through the week. So joining me now, Corey Reppenhagen with our 9 News Weather Impact team. That looks gloomy. More bark than bite, or no?
More bark than bite for sure, at least for today. But those moody clouds, man, I think I like it. And we've got a little bit of a chance for some light rain moving in this later on this afternoon and evening. It's all coming from the southeast, really. This is a live camera shot from our Vieira camera tower out in Springfield in southeast Colorado. This tower is pretty high, so you can actually see how fast the clouds are moving towards the northwest, so generally towards us. If you look at the radar right here, you can see all this flow coming up towards the northeast. A little different. Normally, most of the time, our weather comes from west to east, but we have a low pressure system down to the south that's reversing the winds here and pushing everything back towards the front range. And so we'll see some better chance for rain showers here coming up in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, as we've just seen sprinkles here across the area right now. And we're going to keep rain in the forecast each of the next 3 days, and really really each of the next 7 days, at least isolated in nature. I'll talk about the chances of you getting rain coming up in the full forecast just a few minutes away.
All right, Corey, thank you. Aurora PD is asking for your help to find the victim of an attack that happened at an RTD station. Oh, that video. Okay. The department posted this surveillance video to X showing 2 teenagers punching an unidentified man at the RTD Florida station and even pulling him onto the tracks while hitting him. He left before officers arrived, but according to APD, the teens also approached 3 other victims with guns. The 17-year-olds were arrested as police say they were trying to drag a victim into the road. If you have information on the victim in the video, call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers. A Denver smoke shop is accused of selling to minors and could have its license suspended. Vibe Smoke Shop on East Colfax is accused of selling alcohol, tobacco, magic mushrooms, and THC to kids. The city of Denver issued a suspension order to the business yesterday.
We've seen instances where we've seen psilocybin mushroom products sold illegally, or maybe kratom products being sold illegally, sometimes underage sales of tobacco, but it's very rare you see one business doing all of them in one instance.
The city says the shop was also selling flavored tobacco, despite the ban that went into effect this year. The shop will have a chance to explain why their license should not be suspended or revoked during a hearing next month.